All right. So basically, let us assume that after you finish your design on the software, that whatever software you have used to design, this is what your output is. So the very first thing you want to do is to create a copy of this, of this layout, so that during your design, even if you make mistakes during your detail, you can always fall back to your original copy and check out whatever thing you need to check there. I think it's very important that whenever you are doing a detail, you need to keep the original copy. Okay.
Okay.
So let us say this is what I'm working on now. I have my original copy here already, and this is what I'm working on. The next thing you want to do is you want to get rid of a lot of things, because everywhere looks clumsy, everywhere looks very, very, you know, untidied. And then you want to tidy a lot of things. The output you are working towards is something like this. You need something like this. This is what you are working towards. Better still, something like this, which is still the same thing, which is a bit neater than what you have initially. Okay, so the very first thing you would do after copying, after producing, a copy of the original thing, is that you want to get rid of a lot of things that you don't need in your detail. And one of the things I have always, preached over the time
Okay.
that you should do first is to create your layout. If you create your layout first, it will be easy for you to create your details later. So let's quickly make our layout out of this, out of this copy. So the thing is, we would have to get rid of a lot of things here. And the easiest way to do it is to do this. Just watch my screen. In my layout, I definitely do not need the bars, the reinforcement bars. So I want to click on this bar. Here it says R bar bottom. I want to come here and off this layer here. Then I click on OK. Did you see that something disappeared?
Yes.
Fantastic. So I want to click on this also. R bar top. The first one is R bar bottom. This is R bar top. I'm going to come here again, turn off my layer. I do not need it. I do not need this numbering too. I'll click this R bar label top. Basically, I am switching off the layer of everything I do not need. I'm coming here. I'll do this. I'll switch it off. I don't need this also. I'll switch it off. I'll come here. I'll switch it off. I'll switch it off here too. Now the question is, do I need this? No, I don't. I'm switching this off. Now you can see what I am left with. I'm left with barely everything that I think I need. The only thing I would say I have not done here is to put dimensions, which is the last thing I used to do. By the time I put dimensions here, I like to dimension my slab reinforcement details. I like to dimension my, all my layouts too. So by the time I'm done with all the details, I'll just do the normal dimension, then I'll copy it to all other layouts. I will do it on one, then I'll just copy it to all other layouts. That's what. Let's say I'm doing. Let me just give an example. Let's say I'm doing this dimensioning. So as you can see, I can take this here. I can take this out and also take this out this way. And I can easily just, copy all my, I can just click on copy. Then I'll paste it somewhere here. Do you get what I'm trying to do? And that is how I paste it to all other layouts too when I am done with all of them. So that's what I do to. So, and let me also state categorically that when you dimension like this, personal reasons, I like to dimension the other part too, but I won't stop here like I did the first one. I'm going to come to this next one so that I do not repeat the same thing I've repeated here. You get it? But then dimensioning, the way you choose to dimension your thing is left to you. Just ensure that everything is properly dimensioned the way it should be dimensioned. Okay. So the next thing I want to do now is, let us assume that I have created my layout. Do you agree that we have created the layout now?
Yes.
Fantastic. So I'll just copy this layout. I would copy it somewhere else as my layout. Then I want to turn off all other things that let me just delete all of this so it doesn't get confusing. It doesn't confuse you. I would always recommend that you do that. I would always recommend that you do the dimensioning whenever you are done with your details. Okay. So I want to come back here and switch on all the layers I have turned off.
Okay.
Are you with me, Gideon?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. So we are back to the original. Now you can see that this one that was created before is
Hello,
not.
Agavi.
Yeah, I can hear you, sir.
This is what I wanted to ask. Oh no, why?
Oh, never. Because when you turned it off, you have copied it to another environment. Oh, sorry, you have copied it to another position. You know that generally in AutoCAD, all these lines, they have their own position in AutoCAD. So when you turn it off and turn it back on, it comes to the same position that it was initially before you turned it off. So whenever you are done whatever thing you want to do, and it gives you the perfect look you want, once you copy it off, it's not going to come back. Once you copy it, it's going to be in the original position. Now let me just do this as an example. I have undo what I have done just now. I have copied what I needed, and I pressed Ctrl Z just now to undo what I have done. Let me say that I want to move this. Now, engineer, can you see?
I can see.
Let me say I am moving it. I have moved it away. Now, let me go and switch on my layers. All the layers that I turned off, let me go and switch it on so that you will get what exactly I am talking about. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Do you get it clearly now?
Yes, yes.
So return back to that position from which it was. The same position which it was before you moved it. That's still the same position it's going to
go back.
Okay, so now let me just let's just continue from here. Yep. I still have my I have my layout here already. So I'm going to turn off those layers now. So as you can see, I have it back, at the position that I needed it to be. And let me say that this design, this particular design was done using Orion. If you use PROTA Structures, it would be easier for you to detail than what we are going to experience here. And I intentionally choose this so that by the time we do a complex one, it would be easy for you to do a non-complex one whenever you use your PROTA Structures. Okay, let's just go ahead. I would show you something very soon. So in my in my slab reinforcement details, I obviously do not need some things that are here. I don't need this. I'm going to switch it off. R-bar length text stop. I'm going to switch it off. I need all this. I don't need this. I'll switch it off too. I don't need my beam labels. I'll switch it off. For some reasons, I used to leave my column labels, even in my, in my, what is it called? In my slab details, I leave it as it is. So I still do not need some other things. I don't think I need all this yield line. I'm going to switch this off. What again don't I need? This, I don't need this. Can you see that everything is getting to be, everything is getting scanty. It's getting a bit neater.
Yes.
So I don't think I need this also. I don't need this. What again do I need to switch off? So I think I'm done with all those things I do not need actually. Now, I'm just going to copy this. And I'm going to, because I still have some things to do on it, I'm going to just copy it down here. Then I'll just come back to this and switch on my layers again. Yep. Then, we have what we used to have again. Okay, so now, a lot of people will present this as the normal drawing. Sure you get, but it is, for me, it's unacceptable to me. A lot of other people might, a lot of people out there might accept this from you, but personally, I won't take this. I would never take this. Because there are a lot of things that are technically wrong in it, apart from the fact that it is still rough. And one of the things that is technically wrong is that if you see this, you would see that there is even no space for concrete cover here. Did you see?
Yes.
And it's one of the design errors in Orion that was supposed to be done under settings that wasn't done. So now you want to take your time to edit all of this. Trust me, it's probably not as easy as you think to do, honestly. But then for me, it's not too difficult also. So just watch what I'm going to do now. The very first thing I will do is that I want to create my concrete cover before I do any other details. Do you get it?
Okay.
I want to create my concrete cover before I do any other details. So what I'll do now is, and before I do that, let me quickly explain something. I know we definitely know this, but let me quickly explain something. Gideon, when you see this is B1, this bar is B1. This is the bar that will be at the bottom. What this means is that this bar is the main bar. 15Y12, 250B1. The spacing is 250. The bar size is Y12. Then the number of bars from here, it says this bar is going to start from here and it's going to end somewhere here. What it means is that you are going to have, by the time you arrange it, it's going to be 15 numbers of Y12. Then you space it at 250. And then the
15 millimeter, yes.
that is the bottom, which is your B1. Some people have it as BB. That's one of the things I was trying to tell you yesterday. In some designs, you will have it as B1. In some designs, you will have it as BB. Now, why is this separated from this? This is actually not supposed to be separated from this because this is more like an anchorage for this bar. This bar here is more like an anchorage for this bar. So, because I have this bar already spanning from here to here, and I know that this bar is an anchorage for this bar, I will just delete this. I will delete all this. And I'll bring this here. Do you get it?
Yes.
Then I'm now going to make a line. Draw this out. I just made a line. Then I'm going to move this. I'm going to move it out. Then the next thing is, I want to change this. I can rotate this. I'm just going to come to, rotate. Then I'm going to rotate this the way I want. Then I'm going to place this here. Do you get it?
Yes.
100. Good. So, however, because I have a detail here already, I will just match properties. I'll just match this property here. And it's going to give me what I need. I do not even need to rotate it before I match the property. Let's say I've moved it out, and then I just want to match the properties. I'm just going to match the properties here. It is not really something tedious to do for me again because I've practiced it over and over. Then, you can move this out a bit so that it doesn't go inside the drawing. Then I can just move all this out.
Power bulb.
Then I'm going to so that it's going to be neat. I just want to, trim to my satisfaction. So why I've drawn this line is that all my reinforcement details, by the time I bring it out, this is going to serve as a boundary for it. Do you get what I'm trying to say now? So this line is going to serve as a boundary for all this. Then when I'm done, I can now delete it. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is to create your reinforcement cover. And to do that, let us say our cover is 25. I just want to offset. I'm offsetting 25 mm. I'll offset here. Then I want to move this from here. I want to move it down here. Then I want to trim. Yeah. Then I can delete it. Can you see how I created my cover?
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
I have shown you everything you would need to do when doing your slab details. There is no more knowledge you need about, detailing your slab that I have not shown you today. Maybe the only additional thing is that I want to make this to be, to be bigger so that it can be seen. But what I do in this case is that let me not copy so that you have an idea of what I do. I'm just going to offset. Can you see? So that it's thicker. I offset 25 so that it's thicker, and a lot of people can see it. When you print it, they can be able to know that this is the bar you are talking about. So by the time you want to do other ones, you will just copy and then you are going to paste.
Okay.
You can just copy and paste it everywhere. You can copy and paste it in all other places, But basically, I don't use this model, honestly. I don't use this model. I will show you what I do now. What I do is that I copy this. This is what I use. You can see it's a bit different from what I did initially. Those are some of the little things that I would use to know when a drawing is mine or not. It's simple, but it's little, but it goes a long way in identifying everybody's work. Okay. You can always copy. Now, if you want to do for this bar, I've just done for this bar. I want to do for this bar, just the same process. I'll delete this. You see that this is 12Y12 250 T1. But the T1 here is an anchorage for this bar. So I can delete this.
Yes.
I can delete all this. Delete all this. Bring it here. Then I can offset 25. Move it. I can trim it out.
Okay.
Then delete this. Make my line. Move this out. That's the corresponding bar label. Then I can match my properties. Match the property here. Yeah. I'm doing for the other direction now.
Okay. Sure.
Yep. I don't know if you get what I've just done.
Yes.
Fantastic. Then I can easily move all these. Move them out here. Then, extend all of this. And then probably make another line to demarcate where to give a boundary to my labels, then I'm just going to leave it like this until I'm done. So now, that is all you actually need about slab details, honestly. Now, to make my work faster, because I have a long way to go, I am obviously not going to be I'm not obviously not going to be doing it one after the other like that. Do you get it?
Yes.
So what I will do now is I want to be fast about it, and you can probably watch me as I go. Do you get it? Just watch me as I do my thing. Okay. So I've offset everything I need to offset. Now, up. I can now decide to, to arrange my bars the way I want it. I'm going to start from here. So technically, I'm doing everything one by one, but because I'm used to it, I know what I'm doing, right?
Yes.
It's obviously going to take time, maybe an hour before I finish, even as fast as I can be.
Can we, since start to get here, can we move on to
Definitely.
We are done with this, right?
Yeah. I just want to do a bit of it so that it can be a bit neater.
Okay.
And that is how it goes. And that's how it goes. So you are done with whatever thing you are done. You will discover that all the anchorage bars externally, all of them are nearly done. All of them are nearly completed. So the next thing will now be for you to, arrange your bars, draw your lines and stuff like that. So by the time you do for all of them, you would eventually arrive at something like this. Or something like this. It's nothing serious to do. So the next thing you want to do is, and that is your slab detail, honestly. Now, the next thing you want to do after your slab detail, you've done your slab layout and then you've done your slab detail. We have done the foundation, the slab layout, the slab detail. We have talked about the column. I think the last one we should talk about is the beam. And there is really nothing hard about the beam, engineers. It is just for you to arrange whatever section you have. The best way you can arrange is just for you to arrange your sections. Normally, I would not use something like this. This doesn't make it bad, But for me, I don't do something like this. If you see this, just look at this section. It's a bit different from something like this. It's a bit different, Abby.
Yes.
Can you spot the difference? Let me copy this. Let me just copy one. Sorry. Let me just copy it to. So this uses ABC. But as you can see, this details
It's
the
well detailed. Yeah.
locally.
Yes.
But this setting would be done in whatever software you use. Either you use PROTA or ORION or some other software. It depends on whatever software you use anyway. But whenever I'm using either PROTA or ORION, depending on the complexity of the structure I am designing, then I would know what to do. So the next thing is for you to just arrange your beam the normal way you should arrange it. Let me show you a typical example. This is a beam. This is one of my beams. As you can see, this is it. Now, whenever you are done with everything you are done, whenever you are done with everything you are doing, the next thing is for you to arrange your sheets. Is that true?
Yes.
So what I do, well, there are a lot of road that leads to Abuja. You can go by flight, you can go by road, you can, if you like, you can even disappear. Just get to Abuja, as long as Abuja is a destination. A lot of people will create a layout or a title block somewhere here. Then they will copy this and paste in there. I won't fault it as long as it is readable, as long as I'm able to read it and it is clear for me. But majorly what I do is that I have a layout here. If you check below here, I have a layout. I have a foundation FD1, which represents my foundation drawing. I have my FF, which represents my first floor. I have my RF, which represents the roof floor. Then I have the foresight. That is for additional information. Any additional information that I have regarding the structure, this is where I put it in the foresight. Now, for the layout, let me just open this. After clicking on it, you can see what.
Sorry for cutting.
Okay, sir.
Is there anything we need to know about the arrangement of beams? Is it the way we import it, we just arrange them?
Yeah, definitely. That was why I was telling you yesterday that whenever I want to open my PROTA details, I like to create a new drawing so that I can arrange it the way we arranged it yesterday. So it won't give me any problem arranging it again. You understand? It's just for okay. Let us quickly arrange this now. Let us say this is what we have. Obviously, you cannot arrange something like you cannot print like this. So I would rather just copy this. And I'll bring it here. Oh, sorry. I'm going to move it rather. I should move it. And I'll just bring it here. Do you get it? It's just for you to know the best way you want to do it. I want to move this. And I want to bring this here too. I'd rather move this and bring this here too. So by the time I'm printing this, it is easy for me. It's going to fit in my paper space rather than having it the way it was before. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
Yes. I was even thinking it has a special arrangement. But it's okay.
No, it doesn't really have any special arrangement. It doesn't really. But then you want to be sure that you arrange your beam details, or let me say you arrange all your details according to the floor. You can see if I have the second floor, I won't put the second floor beam here. I'll put the second floor beams all together in one place so that when I get to the second floor, I can easily, put it in my paper. So I'm going to say that, I was going to say that I think we have just less than 3 minutes anyway. So I will just quickly use that to explain everything. Just like I told you yesterday, I have my layout here: foundation, first floor, roof floor, and then four sides. So this is where I have my title block, which is the first thing. Then, sorry, I have my front page, which is the first thing. Then the notes. Then, I have other general notes too. So I'm going to come to this place because I've created this for myself. I'm going to come to FD1, FDN. Now, if you check this, just hold on. If you check this, I did a detail here. You can easily do your detail yourself anyway. It's just a normal general detail. Maybe I'm going to explain that later, how to do the detail. It's very simple. But then you want to edit everything you need to edit, your designed by, drawn by, checked by, the date and everything. I have a drawing number depending on how you do your title block. Then just if you want to input your own drawing in it, just double click here, come to the drawing. Okay, so this is the foundation we did. I'm just going to, zoom window. Then I'm going to it's going to fit into my paper that way. I don't know if you get what I've done. Although these are not well spaced too. These are too, the spaces here are too much. I can easily bring this closer. Say something like this. And something like this. So personally, I can just divide them this way. And divide them this way. So by the time you come here, you can just repeat the same procedure that you have done before to space them.